This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview. Joining me on Stockbox today is Jason Brewer, the Financial Director of Caracal Gold. So hello Jason, it's the first time that we're speaking on Stockbox with Caracal. I have of course spoken to both Robbie and Gerard as well from Caracal, so it's good to be talking to you, the Finance Director. How are you doing?
Very well, Mark, thank you. It's a pleasure to be on. You have had the opportunity of speaking to my two colleagues there previously, and I think that's been well received. And it's great now to get the opportunity to give you more of a finance and a listing update from the company's perspective.
Yes, indeed. The journey to IPO can be a long and torturous journey for lots of companies, and of course it was expected originally earlier this week. I think the 23rd of August. But I wondered to start with, before we talk about the IPO, which I believe is very soon. Can you, in your words, give us a history of the project, with it being a past producer, and the journey that you've been going on leading up to the IPO?
Of course. Kenya is not really renowned for its gold mining history or its established operations. However, since the early 1900s, there's been small-scale mining taking place here in West Kenya. And through exploration in the 80s and 90s, a small-scale operation commenced here at Kilimapesa in 2011. Very small scale, and Gold Plats, the AIM-listed tailings retreatment, waste retreatment company out of South Africa, initially had a 50% interest, then increased that to 100%. And they looked at basically becoming a hard rock miner with this asset. They invested money between 2011 and 2017, but really weren't able to get this operating at any critical size. So they actually put it on care and maintenance back in early 2019. And our team were looking for an asset almost to cornerstone a new East African focused gold company. So this asset we're very interested in. There's probably been about 20 million US of spent capital on this project over the past 15 years. So we were very excited about the opportunity. There is established resources, established infrastructure, and a very small scale producing asset with a conventional CIL plant there. So it was producing, albeit, like I say, I think maximum it was able to do was no more than 6,000 tons a month of throughput. So not large by any extent, but we see it and have proven it to be an operation there where you can kind of take that production, increase it through wisely spent capital. Mm-hmm. So it's an exciting opportunity for us, no question about it.
Okay, good. And I wonder if you can tell us a little bit more about the Migori Greenstone Belt and the scale of opportunity that lies, you believe, in that area.
Yeah, look, that Migori Greenstone Belt, all the way from the lake up to where the most easternmost point of it's been responsible for the majority of Kenya's gold production over the past century, and is really an extension of that Lake Victorian goldfields in Tanzania, which is far better known for its major gold mining operations there, which Barrick and Anglo Gold have. In Kenya, it's probably about 20 years behind where Tanzania was in the late 90s. And you've now got the likes of Shanta Gold, who have been very successful in neighboring Tanzania. They've got their West Kenyan project, which is over 1 million ounces of resource, very high grade. I think probably one of the highest grade resources in Africa at the moment. You've got a fellow AIM-listed company, Red Rock, who are basically got the licenses to the west of us, and they've recently started exploration there. So, it's a very well-known, greenstone belt, but one which hasn't had that level of exploration which you've seen next door in Tanzania. But a lot of artisanal activity, a lot of colonial activity, a lot of underground operations, which the colonials had, and were typically mining anything from 10 to 30 grams a ton. So they were mining up to an ounce a ton of gold there. So very well proven, a lot of historical resources, a lot of historical development, and one where we've got roughly about 56 square kilometers of licenses contained in a mining license and an exploration license. So we're very focused on the ability to increase the resources which we currently have.
So let's talk about the IPO then, and the status of that. Where is it at the moment, and when is the anticipated listing date?
Okay, so the general meeting to approve the transaction was initially scheduled for a couple of weeks back. That's been pushed to Friday, the 27th, 11 o'clock there in London, and that will then ratify the acquisition by Papillon of the Mayflower Gold, which is the entity that acquired the Kilimapesa gold mine. We've already submitted all the necessary forms and applications through to the LSE, and the expectation is that after that Friday, it's going to be a very busy weekend for a lot of people, I believe. By the 31st of August, 1st of September, we will be trading on the standard list there of the London Stock Exchange. So we're less than a week away. So it's been a good 12 months of hard work here in Kenya and in London, but that IPO now is all ready to proceed and commencing trading under the symbol GCAT this time in a week.
Okay, a week's time, GCAT. Okay, well, a long time coming, but certainly a milestone day when that happens. Very exciting, I suppose, for everyone in the company, including yourself. What can you tell us then? What are you going to be doing? How are you going to be hitting the road running when the IPO actually goes through, and the plans for the rest of this year?
Look, I think unlike many other listings I see happening in London now and other exchanges, we're actually coming on as a gold producer. And with the capital raised to actually further fund expansions to the mine production, to the processing plant, and also to increase resources. So the next 3 to 6 months, our focus is very much on increasing gold production at Kilimapesa. We're already operating the mine and we're getting throughputs 3 to 4 times what they were able to achieve historically. So that's a major plus for us. And we're looking to expand that further between now and Christmas. So, that's going to be the initial, I guess, success that we're looking for with that increased gold production. At the same time, we've committed to complete a 20,000 meter drill program. And that's both infill reserve definition, mine planning drilling at the Kilimapesa site, but then also further exploration drilling on the surrounding prospecting license. And in the CPR, there's our competent person refers to the resource potential on the surrounding prospecting license of between 2 and 3 million ounces. So, which is not too dissimilar to what we expect to see on some of the neighboring projects. So, over the next 3 to 6 months, that commencement of drilling, some very good high-grade drill results hopefully to follow, and a big resource increase from the current resource, JORC compliant resources of 670,000 ounces, looking to break that 1 million ounce level relatively soon, and then going up to 1.5 and 2 million ounces. So I think that's some of the big milestones I think investors and shareholders can look forward to. But also our broader strategy into East Africa. We're very clearly focused on neighboring countries to here in Kenya. Kenya is the ultimate base for us from an operational perspective, but we're 20 kilometers or so from the Tanzanian border. And we've clearly been looking at opportunities there and in neighboring Uganda and other countries where we believe there is an opportunity to repeat what we've done here at Kilimapesa. So a lot of activity, but importantly, coming on as an established gold producer, generating revenue, generating cash flow, all of which gets reinvested into our operations. So fairly exciting first 3 to 6 months, I'm sure.
Okay, yes, it does certainly sound like you've got your plans ready, and you are going to be hitting the ground running. So thank you very much for giving us that update. I hope the listing goes well in a week's time, and I'm sure we'll be catching up as and when appropriate to news flow and exploration that's being carried out on the ground. And I look forward to catching up with you or someone else within the Caracal Gold team in the near future. But thank you very much, Jason Brewer, now the Financial Director of Caracal Gold, for your time.
Mark, thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to this Stockbox interview. For more information, interviews and videos, visit our website at stockboxmedia.com or give us a follow on Twitter by searching @StockboxMedia.